Hang on everyone, we're live in just a minute. I just need to get it at the right angle. Okay, I think that should work. I hope. Oh, I'm cut off. I need to shrink. Hang on one second everyone. I am so happy to be here and I am so sorry I can't get this. I need Kale. Kale, I need you to remind me of the new camera that I need to get so that we don't have this issue going on. So welcome, we are live. This is Come Cook With Me and I'm Laura Hall. I'm so thrilled to be here with you today. I can't tell you what a blessing it is. You know, if you've been following me, we live in Florida and Irma just came through last week and I'm just so thrilled that we're safe, we're sound. So many people are safe and sound. So many people have lost so many things. So I want to just have a really quick moment to say my thoughts and my prayers are with everyone who still isn't without power, still working on some, recovery. And that's not just here in Florida, it's throughout the Caribbean. So my heart and prayers go out to every single person. So with that said, welcome to the show. I am so thrilled to be sharing with you this recipe. This is something that we just love. And when I told Brad what we were having on the menu today, he was so excited. I told him on I don't know. I honestly, we've had so little sleep. We just had power come back, restored to us at 3 a.m. Not yesterday. Yeah, it's just so crazy. We were without power for 4 days. So, and it was really hot the last 2 nights sleeping. So I can just tell you, it was just crazy. So, but when I told him, he thought he was coming home last night. So I must have told him that we were having it on Thursday and he came home last night. He's like, well, I'm so excited for enchiladas. I'm like, no, honey, that's for the show. So he's going to be excited coming home today. So let me share with you, as you come on, no matter whether you're catching me right now live or whether you're catching me after the show is taped. And hello, everybody. It's so great to see you. Thumbs up, showing me some love. I really appreciate that. I see that you're on board. So one of the things that we do as soon as we get started watching this show is you say hello, who you are, and where you're from. And there's a reason for doing this, and also I'll get to that in just a second. But the other thing I would love for you to do is share this on your personal wall. I'm so thrilled that we have such a huge following as it is. I'm blessed beyond because we're having so much fun. We started this, I don't even know how many shows this is. I really should know. It just seems like you've been in my kitchen for a long while. I'm thinking it was April was our first show. I'm not certain. I'd have to go back. Maybe it was I think it was April. Could have been the last week of March too. I'll have to go back and check the records. Actually, it's going to be funny because I'm going to be posting 2 recipes that you're going to need just to make sure that you know how to get the enchiladas done, because one is our salsa and guacamole recipe. I really love building, and that's one of our staples in our home. So we kind of build around, meals around those kind of items. And then the other is the carnitas. So I have that on my YouTube channel. So if you ever are curious about any of the cooking shows that we've done, and I will have to say, just bear with me. The very first shows were quite lengthy and we're working really hard to shorten them up, but also, still keep with having some fun of just coming into my home and having some conversation. So, but I have a YouTube channel. And so the YouTube channel is Lifestyle by Laura J. So if you just go to YouTube and hit Lifestyle by Laura J, you'll see all of the shows that we've done so far. And you'll always be able to reference them. So they'll never go away for you. So I will also, just so to save you time, I will post, or if anyone who's watching can go ahead and grab the YouTube channel, grab the salsa and guacamole. It's one of the very first shows. and grab the carnita, and you can post it in the comments, that's fine. And if not, I will get to it as well. So if you share this video on your wall, as well as say hello and who you are and where you're from, you have a chance to win some incredible, wonderful, wonderful things. So just by saying hello and who you are, where you're from, you get a chance to win one of my favorite all-time finds in cooking, and it's our Dano spices. Let me show you what they look like. So they look like this. This is Dano spices. Dano is a member of our team. He's from Louisville. That's what they look like. Kentucky Proud. I don't know if you can read those. That one's upside down. Sorry. So Dano has his own spices, and these are amazing. If you've never had them, and those of you who have received them because you actually won them, feel free to comment on this below. And if you're just a fan of Dano, comment about how much you just love his spices and what they do to your rockin' food and cooking. He's just the most amazing guy. And you want to win these because, let me tell you something. I'm going to read the label for you just so you know a little bit about Dano's. But, so these are great spices. There's low sodium. There's no sugar. They're gluten-free. They're no MSG and no GMO. So, I mean, it's beautiful. And they're just incredible. So you'll get both of them when you just say hello, who you are, and where you're from. I mean, it's really that simple. And so, also, if you happen to share this video, you get entered to win as well a second gift, a second gift. And so the second gift this time is your choice still of our 3 current, well, they're no longer available for you. You can't get them any longer because they're sold out, our seasonal shakes. And so a lot of you know that I'm a health and wellness coach and a cleanse coach. And our company is just dynamic. They're just so super uber smart. So cookies and cream is the last one that was it sold out in less than 24 hours. So that's one option. Peach mango came back a second time this summer. Started out in the spring, and it's amazing. And then one of my favorites, mocha. It's yummy, just yummy. Okay, so in order to win that, all you have to do is share this video on your wall. And the spices, all you have to do is say hello, who you are, and where you're from. And what we do is we enter you into a random generator. I put all of the names in for the whole week. And let me go ahead and share with you who the winners are. So for the spices, let me make sure I say her name correctly. Okay, you're gonna love this because this is not the first time that you've actually placed your name in, I don't believe. So Tiffany Bateman, you won the spices. Okay, and last week's winner for the shake, oh, by the way, thank you all very much. We had an enormous amount of people who shared this video last week, so I am so excited. Thank you very much. That was just wonderful. But the person who won, drum roll, okay, it's Jen Dively Forrestal. All right, so I'm going to send you guys a message. If you're watching now, all you need to do is send me a private message and send me your address, and I'll get these into the mail. Jen, you just need to specify what shake you want. And Tiffany, I just need your address. All right, go ahead and put these over here. All right, so let's get started with the show. Let me start off with the carnitas. Here's what I did. I did a lot of pre-work before we actually got the show started. I did a lot of cutting up to make it a lot easier because it's really simple once you have all the ingredients assembled. But what I did is I got the chicken, I put the chicken in the Instant Pot, and I just went ahead and did the chicken in the Instant Pot. And let me show you this beautiful broth that came out. I'm just saving it. I always tell people when you're doing your Instant Pot, you want to save this beautiful broth. I'm showing it up close. This is just amazing. And this is I use the same recipe. I'm not positive if I had added a poblano pepper into the original carnitas. I think I did. If I didn't, I did for this one. And then what comes out of this is this beautiful shredded chicken. So the chicken, I just saved one breast to kind of show you how easy it just pulls apart to shred. You just take your fork, and I actually have a picture of this, and you take your fork and you just skin it all the way down, and it shreds so super easy. I'll just show you that real quick. Isn't that gorgeous? I guess I could have done it right up here so you could have seen it. But yeah, you just score your chicken breast, and it just shreds just so beautifully. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so that's because they're chicken enchiladas. Let me share with you also. You may not like chicken, so these enchiladas go great with making them vegetarian. You can make them with fish, you can make them with shrimp, you can make them with pork, or you can make them with the beef. I just felt like having chicken this time. So now comes the fun part. I'm going to show you what we've already done, because we always do in this show, we always do the Instant Pot, and then we show a traditional cooking method, a slow cooker like the crock pot, and or baking. So this time I went ahead and did a slow cooker, because this is what I would typically have done being a busy mom years ago. That's what the crock pot was for us. I mean, it was just a saving time. And then I found the Instant Pot, and let me tell you, I think this is one of the biggest gadgets that if you don't have one yet, you definitely want to get one. And yesterday, I went ahead and because I was actually on my last show, I was informed that my Instant Pot really isn't an Instant Pot because it's a trademark name. So what I actually have is the Power Pressure Cooker XL. It didn't correlate, but they're really kind of, they do the same thing, right? It's a pressure cooker. So yesterday, I went ahead and I ordered the Deluxe, the Ultra Instant Pot, and I'm so excited because I get a lot of extra accessories. And I had a recipe that I was going to do, because they say that you can make yogurt. I haven't made any yogurt yet because this one doesn't do that. And you can make a cheesecake and just all kinds of crazy yummy things. So I went ahead and got the Deluxe, and I got some great inserts. So hopefully next show I can kind of show you all the things that we got. So I'm really excited about that. So I opted in. So we're doing these enchiladas in the Instant Pot. I'm going to show you exactly how I assembled them, but I'm going to show you in the crock pot what it actually looks like. These are ready to go. And let's see, yeah, you can see it. So what I do is I have half green chili verde. So it's like I'll show you what sauces I use. And then my salsa on the right. So I have them already rolled and they're ready to go. And then I just need to get this out of my view, sorry. No, there we go, sorry. All right, so that's ready to go, and I'm gonna show you the very last thing that I'll do to top it off. But let's go ahead and show you how I assembled these. Over here, we have a lot of fixings, so I'll show you the fixings. I have 2 types of tortillas. They're both corn. Now, if you prefer flour, feel free. We're just kind of corn people. We like to, one's a gluten-free and one is a corn, just a regular corn. This is a yellow gluten-free, and then this is a regular, just a regular corn tortilla. So we're using both types. I like to have a mix. Some of the toppings inside the enchiladas, we have black beans. We have, you're gonna love this, we have refried beans. And I have some, wait till you see it, I have some beautiful refried black beans, so I use a little bit of both. That poblano pepper that I put in here with when I was cooking the chicken, I stripped them and I made really, really, really finite, tiny pieces. So that's gonna go in. And then I'm known for cooking with garlic. We just love garlic. And what I love to do is I like to roast the garlic. But for this, what I did is I went ahead and I really did some uber fine, thin slices of the garlic. I mean, they're super thin. Hope you can see that. Because you want to use just little pieces in each one of these that you're going to roll, but to give it just that dynamic flavor. And so I love to roast the garlic because it just brings out a beautiful, robust garlic, not a hot, not a tart, not a, heated garlic. It's just warm and mellow and just so flavorful. So what I do is I just get the garlic just a little bit roasted. I put a little olive oil on. Depending, I might use avocado oil. I might use extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes I use coconut oil. Today I just use extra virgin. The other thing we have going in is we have a little jalapeno diced up. And we also have a little onion diced up too. So we have some shredded cheese. That's going to go in as well. And just so I show you what cheese I picked, I'm using the Green Wise Organic shredded cheese. I always try to choose organic whenever possible. But let me show you the Verde sauce. This is something new that I found at the store last week. Normally, whoops. Hang on a second. A little spill of our beans. Pick them back up. My elbow got in the way. So, I usually shop on Wednesdays, and it's called Come Shop With Me, and I'll run around to the shopping market wherever, most of the supplies are that I'm going to find, and I'll do a live video and show you what we're using. So I was at Publix, and I found this new Verde, just a beautiful salsa Verde. It's just a green salsa, but this one's made with tomatillos. And so a really good Verde sauce is going to be made with tomatillos and green tomatoes, right? Jalapenos, green tomatoes, some onion. And I love this because it actually was crafted with some poblano and additional green chilies. I mean, just amazing. This is a medium heat, and all of the ingredients are all fresh. They're all fresh. I wish you could read all of them. Let me get it a little closer. Just amazing. But this is called Que Vida. I love it. It's so flavorful, so tasty. And so we do half green chili enchiladas and half salsa. We just use my salsa recipe for the red side. So what I do at the bottom of every pot, it doesn't matter whether you're putting them in a pan for the oven, whether you're putting them in your crock pot or you're putting them in your Instant Pot. You've got to put a sauce base on the bottom. So I split it in half, and that's what I did here. I split it in half in the crock pot. So I'm going to just layer the bottom. And you want a good healthy layer in the bottom. All right, that's good. I half on one side. And then look, I just have my salsa. I made salsa right before the hurricane. You can see it. Yummy. I have had so many people send me thank you for the recipe on this guy, and I really appreciate it when you send me pictures. I love seeing the pictures that you're doing of what you're cooking after seeing something that I might have shared with you. Love it. Okay. Oh gosh, I wish so much that you had smell-o-vision because it's just a beautiful smell in my house right now. Okay, we're ready to roll. This is just so much fun. So you're gonna take your tortilla. This is gonna be key because now corn tortillas versus flour, they can crack. So what you want to do is you want to get a good layer on both edges of your refried beans. I'm going to show you. So I have corner to corner where I'm going to roll, and that way they stick together. That's kind of the secret. I like to put a little bit of both refried onions in, or refried beans. I like to have a little mixture of both on each of them. Okay, and so that's what it looks like when you get started. And then I'm just gonna put on, so I don't overload them, I'm gonna put on a little stick. You'll see it's just really little, really fine poblano. And I wanna get a really fine piece of garlic. And I have my little knife here, so I'm gonna even get it even more of a sliver so that it's just like each, you can have one bite of each part of the enchilada, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, what was that flavor? And that's really what you're looking for. Just a teeny bit of things everywhere. All right, I'm gonna show you what the condiments look like so far onto the tortilla. Just take a look at that. Now I'm gonna add the chicken. I know, right? Ah, how awesome. All right, so let me just fluff this chicken up now. And you want to get a nice healthy serving. What I love about doing this chicken and getting it all shredded is you can save that broth if you have any left over. I don't know that I'm going to have a lot left over, but you can save the broth and you can actually put the shredded into a nice container and freeze it. And then you bring it out and you have something else for another meal. That's what I love about this. So great. All right, and we'll get about a tablespoon of cheese on there. Not quite. All right, now before I roll it, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Take a look. Isn't that yummy? Okay, so now the trick is pushing it down so it's not going to crack, and then starting to roll. And then flip that tab over, and you might even have a little bit squishing out. It's okay if it squishes out a little bit, but see how it creates a seam? Awesome. And you just set it into your pot. Beautiful. Okay, so time to do another one on the other side. And what I do is I end up I layer them. And then once I get one layer, I'll put some cheese on top, and some more of the verde sauce, and some more of the salsa. It's really that simple. I mean, it's so easy. So let's talk about how I'm going to actually cook these. In the Instant Pot, you can actually do a pressure cook, but I have a feeling that if you did a pressure cook, they might kind of disintegrate. That would be my fear. So what I've decided to do is do on the Instant Pot, to do it as a slow cook. And so you'll have slow cook it's actually, when you do slow cook here, it'll be an hour. This might be 2 or 2.5 hours. That's one of the things I love about the Instant Pot, is that no matter what it is that you're cooking, the cook time is so much faster. Like my pasta sauce, you'll see if you go into my YouTube channel, you'll see that my pasta sauce took 6 to 8 hours to cook. Well, in the Instant Pot, it was like 25 minutes, 30 minutes at the most, I think. Maybe it was, I might have left it in. No, I think it was 25 minutes. It was ridiculously crazy easy. Okay, ready to go? Ready? Okay, time for some chicken. Beautiful. And you know what? I notice on this one, I don't have enough on my edge of my refried beans. So I'm just gonna scoop out a little bit extra so I have a good healthy edge to lock it in. I'll show it to you again. Take a look. See how the edge, the seam is seamed together? Just beautiful. And it's okay if some things fall out, right? That's how enchiladas are. They're crazy that way. All right. So I'd love to see some of your comments. Do you make your own refried beans? Okay, I was able to read that one. Hey Becky, how are you? Angela, yes, I have made my own refried beans. And actually, I should do a show just making the refried beans. I will have to say that refried beans are really easy to make. If you have a food processor, I mean, boom, it's really so easy. And I guess I'll do a show. That's a good question. And who is Angela? Yes, Angela, I'll do a show on doing refried beans, making them. So today I didn't make them. I will be making a cauliflower rice as well as a Spanish rice, but I love the cauliflower rice. And it's just, I'm going to do a separate show just on making cauliflower rice. I think it just tastes just as good as like a regular basmati rice, or the way that I do it is so spicy. And I do a refried cauliflower rice, and it's just, oh, so good. so good. Okay. Again, I'm not getting my edges. Let me just get one more scoop for an edge there. Great question. Thank you for the question. Any other questions that I can see? Oh, I love cauliflower rice too. Okay. Oh, so great. So great. And I'll just load that one in. And the salsa verde. I've got one more to make like that. And then I'm going to layer it, and you'll see how that looks. I was hoping that we were going to be able to be live today. When the power came back on, it was flickering on, flickering off. I guess it was flickering on and off quite a few times. And so then when out here, if you could see, I kind of live on a preserve. It's just a mile is the intercoastal, just a mile south of me. But it's all preserve and wood. So we're in the very, very back of a neighborhood, and there's no cell towers back here. It's just to even be live with you all right now, I have to have, like a jumper box, a extra cable box, 2 internet capacities, and plus we have a tin roof to protect from the heat. It's just, as you know, with being in Florida, just a whole bunch of things. And oh, forgot the beans. So just to get connectivity, you've got to have power. That's number one. I have to have 2 kind of internet. I have AT&T and Lightstream, which is something that our neighborhood. I guess when the neighborhood was created, they kind of said, gotta have that. So I have that, which is good because sometimes AT&T is up, sometimes Lightstream is up. Sometimes they're both up and working fine, and then sometimes I just have to choose between one or the other. But it's just very crazy. So then I also have a booster cell tower just so that I can get really good cell service. Well, really good is relative. Really good in the house. If I'm outside the house, not so good. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, we have the first layer. You can see that it's all layered inside the Instant Pot. Okay, so on top of that layer, on the same side, well, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese, because enchiladas are really good when they're a little cheesy. Now, if you're really eating light and you don't want to have as much cheese, by all means, don't do the second layer of cheese. Just wait for that to be on the top. And then I'm going to cover that first layer where the salsa verde is with 1 scoop, just to keep them super moist when they're cooking. And then the other side with the salsa. Oh my God, these are going to be so amazing. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay. All right, can you see the salsa verde on this side? And then the red salsa right there on that side. Okay, so we're gonna do one more layer, just like that. Whew, Anybody hungry? Need to come for dinner? We totally have enough food for everybody. I thought I was having a family over for dinner, and I haven't heard from them to confirm, but everyone's just dealing with helping others out, and which is great because so many people are in desperate need. St. Augustine, if you remember last year, it was just decimated by Matthew, and so many people had similar things happen. So it's just everyone's just reaching out and helping one another, which I love that about our community. And I love that it's just happening everywhere. Houston, it's, you know, only thing that I don't see enough happening is we really need to help the islands. They're really struggling. It's just so sad. I'm ready for global warming for us to kind of get it, governments to kind of get it. It's, you know, you can't say global warming is creating these incredible monstrous storms, but certainly the warmer temperatures of the ocean and the increase of the water systems certainly impact. Okay, some chicken. Oh my God. These just smell great. I'm sorry to keep saying that to y'all. Okay. There we go. Now, this one, I'm going to cross them. I'm not going to cross them. That's not going to go well. This being a circular pot, it does. I might have crossed them, but I'm not going to do that with the circular pot. I'm just not going to do that. Kind of want to keep them on top of each other. You're almost making like a pie of enchiladas. And my favorite, Angela, when I actually make a refried bean, that's why I actually mix in both the black refried beans and the regular pinto refried beans, because I just think they're so flavorful, the black. But my husband actually likes just the regular pinto refried beans. All right, that piece of garlic is way too thick. Okay. A little bit of onion and jalapeno. Do you say jalapeno or jalapeno? All right, some chicken. Now, I do say that if you have thighs, some people really like the thighs, and it is a little bit more moist, that part of the chicken. I actually would mix. They didn't have any Greenwise, and I try to get organic chicken. They didn't have any Greenwise thighs when I shot the other day. The stores, even though I do know that some people made a comment that the stores looked like they were pretty full, but there were sections that they're still trying to get stocked, restocked. It's just crazy. I will have to say this. There's a group of women in my neighborhood who were commenting, quite a few. And I know a couple of my friends said, yeah, they love having, there's such a thing as having a really big house generator that can take care of the whole house. In fact, our neighbor right next door has one. And let me tell you how jealous we were listening to it just humming along, helping the house maintain, you know, perfect temperature. They could do laundry if they wanted to. But what was nice about it is they were able to sleep at night, right? And things didn't go bad. And we have a home generator that just, you know, I think if you look back at some of my posts, you can kind of see what it looks like. I called it my new outdoor furniture. But it just manages to handle the capacity of a light, maybe coffee maker, definitely the refrigerators. We have a refrigerator here and then a freezer. So of course you don't want to lose your food, right? And so that's what we use that generator for, but you have to constantly, when it heats up, it will shut off, and then you have to put gasoline in it. It's quite a production. You pretty much need to stick around your house when you have that on. And that one folded up beautifully. Take a look. Love it. Ah, great. Okay, we're gonna put one more right there. Wow, we'll make it a yellow corn this time. Anyway, so I think that makes a lot of sense, considering that last year we had Matthew, this year we had Irma, and the season's not over until November. So the hurricane season, that is. So who knows what the rest of the year is going to hold. I hope that we're through the roughest part, but still very early. Last year Matthew didn't happen until, well, actually this is our anniversary in this house. We have been in this house as of, I think it was yesterday. Dawn, if you're watching, you can plug the time in, but we just literally moved in. And in fact, like, I looked at my time hop today, and we were having the movers, they were here actually moving all our boxes in, which was just really, great to see how fast. I just can't believe how fast it's been that we've been down here that long. Not that I think that a year is long, because it certainly has gone by fast. But it's just crazy that we've been through 2 major hurricanes in the time that we've been here. So I think getting a generator makes a lot of sense. So like I said, there were a group of women in our neighborhood that are all talking about maybe it's time for us to see if we can get a deal and go in on it together. So I'm curious if any of you all have a generator. And I know some of you, I've been texting back and forth, you have a generator, and then one didn't work well enough, and the one petered out on you. I've heard so many crazy stories. I got a little bit of stuff squeezed out on that one, onto my hands. Okay, great. All right, so we have the end. All right, so we're gonna top these off. I'm going to top them off with cheese. Again, this is where you definitely want to have a top layer of cheese on the very top. And then you want to put your salsa for each side the same. So I'm going to put the green chili verde on the same side. Make sure. Okay, perfect. Don't want to have it mixed. Oh, it is just beautiful. Looks great. Any other over here? I kind of saved some, so I'll put some over here. I wanted to make sure there was plenty for each batch. No one wants a dry enchilada. If I was really creative, I would have put some beef, mixed a little beef in with the chicken. Maybe even do some shrimp. But we just did the chicken today. All right, so don't hesitate to get all of that wonderful liquid, okay? It's okay. It's not going to make them too soft. Okay. Beautiful. So the last thing I need to do is put just a topping more cheese. Just finish up using the rest of this cheese. Maybe I'll save it just in case I decide to plate some. So I'll just save a smidgen of that. All right, so what we're going to serve and plate with this, you'll see. I'm going to go ahead and put these on because it's going to take some time. And they should finish almost roughly at the same time. So with this, remember you want to have, when you put your Instant Pot on, you want to have it in the closed cycle. even though it's still going to be in the slow cooking stage, it still needs to be closed and not where steam is going to escape. And then so I'm just going to hit slow cook. Beautiful. And let me do the same thing here. Set and start. Beautiful. Awesome. So how I'm going to plate it is I'm going to cut up some of these beautiful limes. So we'll have a slice of lime so people can squirt lime. Nothing better than having a little bit of zest of your lime. I'm going to use my scissor and I'm going to cut. Remember, when you're serving, you want to cut right away on top and over the plate with your cilantro, because it creates the sprays the zest of this beautiful herb all over the food. It's just beautiful. I also am going to make some guacamole. So I've got some fabulous avocados. So I'm going to make some guacamole, but I'm also going to cube one avocado. So we have some cubed avocado to place on top. And I'm going to use this little dash of red onion. I love red onion on the very top of a dish because it's just a really great sweet flavor. Wonderful. So look for the pictures of how we actually plate, and then we'll have a side of salsa, and we'll have a side of rice, and we'll have a side of extra salsa. All right, so I hope that you have enjoyed this show. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to taking pictures and plating it, and I'll post it in the comments below. Remember, if you say hello, who you are, and where you're from, you have a chance to win our Danos seasoning. And all of that went into that chicken, when we did the cooking of the chicken. So look at that carnita recipe. I'll post it also in the comments as well. But I hope you enjoy enchiladas tonight if you're eating with us. Oh, yes, I'm not sure. Let me see what you're saying. Okay, that's about the general. I'll take a look at that, Becky. I also will put out some Greek yogurt, and I will also put out some sour cream. My husband loves sour cream, and I like Greek yogurt as a side. That's going to take off some of the heat because these are kind of spicy. This chicken meat is very spicy. I made sure it was uber spicy. So this is just going to be simply yummy. So don't forget to share this video on your wall, and you'll have a chance to win next week's prize. And I don't know, we may choose a unique gift in our product line, not just a shake. So we'll see what we decide to do. At any rate, I'm Laura Hall. This is Come Cook With Me. Thank you so very much for coming to my kitchen and joining me for enchiladas tonight. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Stay safe, and I'm praying that those of you who don't have power get that power back. But just have a beautiful weekend. Oh, one final thing. I need to make this final announcement. Sorry. One final thing. We have free membership in my company. If you have been watching Sitting on the Side